the young and the restless spoilers. In the bustling, often unpredictable world of Genoa City, relationships and family dynamics have always been intricate, yet nothing could have prepared Nate Hastings for the revelation that was about to unfold. When Amy returned to town, he never expected their conversation would lead him down a path shrouded in mystery, heartbreak, and curiosity. Amy, Nate's long-lost mother, had come with a secret weighing heavily on her mind, a story she had guarded for years, hidden even from herself in moments of denial and despair. She told Nate about Damien, her other son and Nate's younger half-brother, who had been taken from her at a very young age. He was lost, abducted without a trace, leaving Amy with only a void filled with endless questions and shattered dreams. Her eyes grew misty as she recounted those days, the fear and helplessness that haunted her for years. Nate listened intently, his mind racing with thoughts of this mysterious sibling he had never known. A brother he had only just learned existed. The idea of another family member, a bond of blood somewhere out there, filled him with equal parts fascination and longing. He couldn't help but wonder about the person Damien had become, what kind of life he might have led, and whether there was any chance they would ever reunite. But as they spoke, a peculiar thought surfaced in Amy's mind, one that refused to be dismissed. Her gaze fell upon Kyle Abbott, a figure she had seen around town and recently started observing more closely. The rumor mill of Genoa City had long speculated that Kyle might not be the biological son of Jack Abbott and Diane Jenkins. The thought had crossed her mind before, but seeing Kyle up close filled her with a maternal intuition she couldn't ignore. What if Kyle is Damien? Amy murmured, more to herself than to Nate, but her words hung in the air like a ghostly whisper. Nate's heart skipped a beat. Could it be possible? The very idea was almost too wild to entertain. Kyle, the man he knew well and respected, the man who had a stable, albeit drama-filled, life in the Abbott family, could be his long-lost brother? The ramifications were staggering. But Nate knew one thing, if there was even the smallest possibility of truth to this, he had to know. He had to know if Kyle was his brother, if they shared a bond deeper than friendship, rooted in blood. The duo agreed, albeit with trepidation, to pursue a DNA test. It would be a covert operation, something that only they would know about. Nate could feel the tension as he swabbed the inside of Kyle's glass, taking the sample with utmost care to ensure secrecy. As he sent it off to the lab, he knew the next few days would be the longest of his life. During this time, Nate couldn't help but observe Kyle in a new light. Every interaction felt charged with unspoken questions and hidden truths. He began to notice subtle things about Kyle, mannerisms that reminded him of his own, expressions that hinted at a deeper connection. His thoughts raced as he considered what this revelation might mean. Would they embrace the newfound bond? Or would it drive a wedge between them? Amy's intuition, however, was resolute. She believed, without a shadow of a doubt, that Kyle was her son. In the days leading up to the results, she oscillated between hope and fear, dread and anticipation. What would it mean for her if the test proved her right? She had already missed so much of his life, could she hope to be a part of it now? And if it wasn't true, if Damien was still out there somewhere, would she ever find peace? When the day finally arrived, Nate's nerves were frayed. The results landed in his hands with a weight he hadn't expected. His fingers trembled as he opened the envelope, his eyes scanning the words that would change everything. The test was positive. Kyle was indeed Damien, Amy's lost son and Nate's brother. In one moment, a lifetime of unknowns converged into a single, irrefutable truth. Nate's world shifted on its axis, his relationship with Kyle transformed in ways he hadn't anticipated. He was no longer just a friend or an acquaintance, Kyle was family, a part of his very soul. The discovery marked the beginning of a new chapter for Nate and Kyle, one defined by questions, revelations, and emotional upheaval. How would they navigate this newfound bond? Could Kyle embrace the truth of his origins without resentment? And how would the Abbott family react to the revelation that Kyle was not, in fact, an Abbott? This connection was bound to stir up secrets long buried and challenge the very foundations of Genoa City's social fabric. For Nate, it was a chance to form a bond he had long yearned for. For Kyle, it was a journey of rediscovering his identity and redefining his place in a family he once thought was his own. As Nate and Amy prepared to reveal the truth to Kyle, they braced themselves for the impact it would have on everyone around them.